Hi there, it's Tracey Young from New Zealand in Whanganui, and I'm doing a creative journey in-person course, and these are just little tiny promos. So last session we created a map for ourselves for our journey, and we've started off with the call, and we're in this area here now, about to cross the threshold. But what often happens in the hero's journey, or the pilgrim's journey is what we've been working on, there comes this moment where we don't want to go, which is a very natural thing. I know this place. So this was our first page that we had, and we met a wise person, and we've had a dialogue between the two. So I completed this yesterday, and there can still be some more work happening. So the wise person is helping evaluate, well, what was the call all about? And our next stage is this refusal to hear the call. And I'm just going to do a little bit of line because I always like doing the line on here. And this time we're going to be doing a little bit of a transition between going from red to yellow, those two primary colours. And it is this sort of difficult place here. So I am going to just start with that. So I do have a really interesting quote here by Denzel Washington, and it said here, I'll just put that on there, just get that started. The quote said, "Show me a successful individual and I'll show you someone who doesn't want for positive influences in his or her life. I don't care who you are or what you do for a living. If you do it well, I'm betting there was someone cheering you on and showing you the way." So just a wonderful quote there. And so we all need other people. And this session today is around, we'll look at who are those people in our lives that are here to help us and who want to cheer us on. And sometimes when we don't want to go on, these people just sort of turn up in our lives and, just arrive with a batch of scones. If, they're those people who just sort of just seem to say the right thing at the right moment. So I am just doing this literal transition. Probably I could have done it with the yellow. I usually start with yellow, but today I forgot to do that, starting with the yellow. So sometimes, it can even be a book or a movie or something that you spot in a magazine that can just sort of give you a bit of comfort and even reassurance. And this morning I was listening to some things on Facebook, and which I'm trying not to do too much, but I just kind of like the imagery sometimes, and you never know kind of what you're going to get sometimes. But there was this really interesting character on there who was talking about, go where you feel enthusiasm. And I thought, well, that's a really interesting way. And I was realizing, I'm actually not sure what I'm actually feeling enthusiastic about at the moment, other than doing some of this filming. So I thought, go there and do it to the best of your abilities. And so, let that be a little bit of your guide as well. Where is your enthusiasm? And go with that. So I've got now a little bit of a transformation happening here, a bit of a threshold place here, going from one primary colour to another. And I have prepared just a little bit in advance, just a few images that seem to attract me. And so I am just going to place those around my page here. Don't always know why they're there, but I'm just going to place them. And maybe there's one or two people as well you might find that you've got there. See, I chose these, but I didn't know at the time why I chose them. And now I'm realizing they kind of fit the colour. Kind of want that one down there. That one can go up there. So there you go. I have got now a little bit of a sequence of images. And I've got this little reading here to go with that. Sort of envisage the people that you most admire now and throughout history. And they're here gathered around this beautiful pool of coloured light. And you and your life are their sole focus. Allow your personal helpers to offer guidance on your current circumstances and goals and aspirations. Lean on their strength, knowing it is a sign of courage, not weakness, to be buoyed by visible and invisible ones who love you. Feel the unique way they infuse you with the direct transmission of wisdom from on high, and marinate in their individual and collective brilliance. Allow yourself to feel a sense and see genius gently yet powerfully wrapping itself around you, lifting you higher than you could ever do on your own. And that's again inspired by this little book, The Hero's Journey, The Dream Oracle. So I am now just going to put those down. So these images have arrived, and they're here to guide and give comfort. And when people turn up in this work, I find that they're like a representative of something. They don't have to. I mean, if you've got the photos of people who you really like, please use those. But often we don't have those photos easily on hand. So I just choose representatives who can fill in. Sometimes I find I've got little images as well that have been on my table for a little while, and they just feel like they now belong, on the page. And sometimes they have meaning, and sometimes, I don't know what the meaning is just yet, and that's not important. So I've got 3 people who are on this page, who arrived on this page, and they'll be representatives of something that can help me with my next stage. My current topic is about what's next, what's the next right thing. And yeah, helping me find my enthusiasm. I'm absolutely loving StreamYard, by the way. They're very, very generous, and it's very easy to use. So I'm a bit of a fan. And so the only thing is you cannot pause it. So sometimes I have to sort of carry on even though the thing's not dry. So in this page here, I'm going to imagine now that I'm actually speaking to there's 4 people, and I'm actually going to start from the center, and I'm going to write what they are saying. It's just like an imaginary process, but it's not too wet anymore, so I can write on there. So it's actually not as easy as what you think, writing in a circle, but never mind. I'm just going to leave it at that. And I am just going to now just do a little bit of connecting lines between things. And because I already did the line a little bit underneath, they are actually already there, which is kind of cool. So it's pretty simple process. I got some really interesting little insights there, which is very generous. And I will carry on with this sort of just how I assimilate things is, so like sometimes there's lines that are there, and I like to just carry them on. So sometimes I bring the background in, and sometimes I take what the image is and take it out. I think when we do this assimilation, it's almost as if that's what's happening. There's a mirror of the same thing happening in our lives. So what may have been a bit of a challenge or something that's, sort of there but not knowing how to be dealt with, when we assimilate it into the background, it sort of takes the power away, and it makes it feel like, oh, these things all belong. It's all by design. It's not something that was separate from us. And so, I like to give things places to sit and to be. So, the next part of this journey is around what tools we have available, and it's kind of a really lovely exercise. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed this, and we'll see you another time. Thank you.